Hello, it's great to be back with you as we talk about God's sovereignty over life. Today we're going to be talking about something very important to a biblical worldview, to a biblical view of ourselves. And that is, how do you look at your life, your body, your decisions regarding your life and your body? Well, the worldview is that those are all my decisions. I'm sovereign over my own body. I'm sovereign over my own life. I make my own decisions and I answer to no one. But a biblical worldview and a biblical view of ourselves says, no, actually God created us. He created our bodies. He gave us life. And so we owe to Him our obedience to His will for our bodies and our lives. We, in fact, owe our lives to Him. And so, in light of that, there are three passages we're going to be looking at. Romans chapter 6, verse 13, Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2, and then 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 19 and 20. Now, these verses are so important because what they say is this, that a truly biblical worldview does recognize that God is sovereign over our bodies and our decision and our lives, but yet He gives us the freedom to choose to submit ourselves to His sovereignty, to submit ourselves, should I say, to His will. And so in Romans chapter 6, verse 13, he says, therefore I urge you, or do not offer the parts of your body to sin as instruments of wickedness, but rather offer yourselves to God as those who have been brought from death to life, and offer the parts of your body to Him as instruments of righteousness. So you see, even though He is completely sovereign, He can do whatever He desires, He gives us the freedom to choose whether we will offer our bodies to Him or not, whether we'll offer our obedience to Him or not. So in chapter 12, verse 1, right after talking about the wonderful grace of God, he says in chapter 12, verse 1, therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship. Again, it's our choice as to whether or not we'll do that. He says, do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. You see, until we do that offering of ourselves to Him, until we decide we aren't going to be conformed to the ways of the world around us that would say that we answer to no one but ourselves. The truth is that until we do that, we'll never know God's good, pleasing, and perfect will. But when you surrender it to Him, He makes it so clear what His will is for you. And so in 1 Corinthians 6, verses 19 and 20, you hear Him say this, do you not know that you yourselves are God's temple and that God's Spirit lives in you? Actually, He says it this way, don't you know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own, you were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies. The truth is we're not our own. We were bought at a price. Your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit who's in you, whom you have received from God. And so the truth is that God says, look, you are not your own. You were bought at a price. Now honor God with your bodies. When He talks about being bought at a price, it's a recognition of the fact that Jesus gave His life for us, so that He could redeem our lives and redeem our bodies and help to bring us back to be who it is He created us to be. That was a high price that He paid, but now that He's paid that price, we belong to Him, and we want to please Him with our bodies, with our lives, with all that we do. Well, God bless you as you dig further into these passages and read them in their context, and allow the Lord to speak to you about what a truly biblical view of this world and of yourself is in light of what He said. God bless you, and I look forward to being with you tomorrow.